Hey guys, how's it going? Craig here, and I'm going to be coming at you with a EveryDollar tutorial, and we're going to be talking about the transfer button. So in EveryDollar, you can do a transfer from one category to another, and there's a few reasons you might want to do this or you might utilize it, and I'm going to cover some of those today just to help keep your money organized, keep everything flowing the way it should. And so here I am in a mock budget. And with the transfer button, so first of all, you'll see it if you were to click on an item, you're going to see it over here, just the back and forth arrow. And when you click it, it's going to give you the option to move money. You can choose the amount from one category to another one. So obviously this is going to be there to plug those holes. Maybe you need to pull from a fund and move it to a different area. Maybe you overspent on groceries, so you decide you want to take some from your restaurant category to just make ends meet, right? So that's really what it's there for. Let's dig into that. And so I have a transaction just sitting up here that I jotted down, just clothing store. We spent $200 on clothing. And so let's say you went school shopping for the kids and you went overboard for whatever reason. So just in this example, we only budgeted $50 in September. Obviously, we have some left to budget up here. Again, mock budget, so we're going to ignore that. Just for the sake of the transfer, though, we're going to take this clothing money and we're going to drag and drop it like we normally would, but we have this ugly red number. I'm big on avoiding red numbers. Early days of budgeting, maybe keeping those red numbers there just so you can see, but overall, I don't like red numbers because that's a bad sign in general, right? We have this negative 150 and you can make up for it elsewhere, but it's really hard just to mentally do that. And so I like to zero it out, move money from, like if you were holding paper envelopes, if you only had 50 in the clothing ones, you would physically have to take money from a different envelope in order to make it work. So that's what we want to do digitally here. So we have the negative 150. All right, so we need to plug that hole. So we need to get 150 from somewhere. So I'm going to choose a category here. You'll notice it defaulted to clothing. That's just because it's from the from category. That's because I clicked it here. You could scroll around and find where you want to pull it from. Let's say we're going to pull from the vacation fund, and you can see right there you have that transfer button, and it's going to do it there. And we can come down here to clothing and wherever that would be, right there, and then you'll transfer it in there and it'll zero it out. Doesn't matter what you click on, just watch those froms and those twos and you might have to change them. So I'm going to put 150. We're going to take 150 out of there. We're going to fill it into the clothing category. You'll see over here, it's in there twice because this is the second time I'm doing this video. So ignore that first one, but it's here, negative 150 taken out. We're going to move down to the clothing category and you'll see we are balanced here. And if I click on here, you'll see there's the 200 that we dragged and then there's the transfer from vacation and now we are zeroed out. So we took the money from the savings. And of course, if you actually did this, you would need to physically take the 150 out of the vacation account in the bank and move it back into your checking or wherever it is to cover this clothing cost. So that's in general the purpose of the transfer function, moving from one category to the other to plug those holes, or if something pops up that you didn't think about, you could, and you are already at a zero-based budget, you could add that item. Let's just say you need to, I don't know, you need to get glasses. Random, I know. And it's $100. So you could do that and then transfer money from somewhere to cover it. So that way you have it. Technically, I guess it's going to be zero in the planned. We log the transaction in glasses and then you would transfer 100 from somewhere like we just walked through. Hopefully that makes sense. That is the intended purpose of the transfer fund function. Now, one extra way you can utilize it is at the end of the month. Let's say you're paying down debt. Really, if you're paying down debt, your goal is to take as much extra money as you can, funnel it towards debt. And so one way to do that is either A, in your debt category. Let's see if I have a debt category here. Yep, I do. So let's just say you're snowballing and we're going to pretend this credit card is the smallest one. So we can transfer money over here to the credit card, and that's going to help you. You'll see you have the available, the balance is going to be the negative. So whatever the balance is, that's going to show negative here. So if you rolled money over to it, it's going to reflect it going down and getting this negative number is going to move closer and closer to zero. So you could roll it, transfer it there. Some people have a fund up here where you'll see debt savings, or just an account where you do 500 extra going toward debt. Let's do it down here because this is what most of you are going to utilize. And we're going to hit that transfer button, and you would pull from whatever extra categories. So if you had leftover money in restaurants, we're going to take whatever's left over, and you can just come up and down here. So let's just say we had 100 spent, or 100 spent, and we have 100 left. So that's where we would transfer 100 from restaurants to that credit card. If I can find it, there it is. Oops, got to hit 100, don't I? So we put that 100 remaining. Now you'll see 0 there. We come down to the credit card, and you'll see that it has been reflected. All right. Hopefully this helps with the transfer button. Let me know how you utilize it in the comments box below. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.